Alright folks, today we are going to take a look at 5 gimbals moves that will help you get better gimbal shots and elevate you as a filmmaker or content creator. I will also give you a couple of tips of how you can improve your gimbal moves. So, here we go. Alright, so as I said, we are talking gimbal moves in this video, and some of the ones that we're going to take a look at today is the follow shot, which is great for capturing subjects or revealing someone within a scene. I will also show you how we pull off a tracking shot or a dolly shot, which is something that is often seen on larger productions, but we can actually pull this off when we're shooting with a gimbal. And then we have one of my favorite gimbal moves, and that is the parallax. And if you've ever seen Bad Boys, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because this is the Michael Bay hero shot, and this move just makes anyone look super dope. So let's take a look at how you do that and 2 other shots. So let's jump into it. Alright, the first one here is the push-in shot, and the push-in shot is where we are pushing through something or pushing towards something. So the pushing shot is good for real estate. It also is good for revealing someone within a scene. So how to perform this move is pretty simple. We take the gimbal, you keep an upright position, and then you just push forward with the gimbal. And if it's a subtle or small push-in, you don't have to move anywhere. You can just move your body and push forward. But if you're going to walk, use the heel to toe movement and then just push forward with the gimbal or push forward towards the subject. And if you have some kind of foreground to push through, that will emphasize that movement just even more. But as you can see here, where we have the subject just walking into the frame, it looks very cool when we slow the footage down when he comes in and we're pushing towards him. So that was the pushing shot. Alright, the next one here is the follow shot, and that is great when we are filming talents. So the follow shot can be done in 2 ways. You can either follow someone moving forward or you can follow someone moving backwards. But if you're moving backwards, just make sure there's nothing that you can trip over or have someone spotting for you when you're moving backwards. But it's a simple move to do. All you do is that you take your gimbal and then you frame up the subject and then keep that same distance so they won't move out of frame or get out of focus once you start shooting. And as you can see in this shot here, I'm just following the subject from behind, and we're actually using this bridge with these leading lines leading him towards the school. So again, we shot in the 60 FPS, so we slow the footage down. It just looks great when he walks in that slow motion towards the school. And that is the follow shot. Alright, so the next one here is the tracking shot or the dolly shot, and that is pretty simple to do. All we have to do is that we turn the camera 90 degrees and film our talent from the side. But as I said in the start, this is something that's often seen on larger productions where they have a dolly or track where the camera is on and someone is pushing the camera to the side while they are filming the action. But when we have a gimbal, it's not a problem to do that. All we have to do is turn the camera 90 degrees. And as you can see here, I'm just filming this subject from the side. So take your gimbal, turn the camera, the gimbal 90 degrees, and then move forward in one steady motion. Try to keep the subject in the frame. And if you have a monitor, it's very easy to monitor your shot while you're moving forward. So that is how I create these side tracking shots. Alright, then we have the parallax shot, and this is one of my favorite shots. And as you can see here, Oliver's just standing, looking cool, and the world is just spinning around him. And that is the parallax shot. And all I do is just keep it in frame and move around him. And what that does is keeps this parallax and this illusion that the character is standing still, but the world around him is moving. So this is something Michael Bay uses in a lot of his films. So to pull this off, we actually have to keep the camera in one steady motion. You have to take the gimbal and then hold it firmly with one hand and then push it to the side and keep that push steady all the way around. Try to keep them in the center of the frame or the same spot in the frame, because that will give you the best parallax effect. And the parallax is where we are moving the camera in one direction, but the background is then moving in the opposite direction, creating what we call a parallax. And just looks cool when we slow the footage down. So that is the parallax. So the last one here is the reveal, and the reveal is where we're revealing something or someone within a scene. And the reveal can be done just by holding the camera and moving it up or moving it forward, revealing what's in front of you. But for longer takes, I recommend you use a gimbal because you get a much steadier shot and you can use the gimbal to do a lot longer motion. But with the reveal, it's good to have some foreground to block the frame so that once we go up, we will see what's in the frame or what's coming into frame. You can see in some of these clips here where we're going up and over the springboard, kind of revealing the pool down under. And this one here, I'm using the leaves at the edge of the pool, and then I'm pulling up over them, revealing what's in the pool. And lastly, this one here, you can see I'm just pushing forward. We actually have done this handheld of one, and just push forward in one steady motion, but I was using the gimbal to just push through the grass and out in the pool so we can see what's in the pool in front of us. So that is the reveal, and can be done in many ways. You can use buildings, things, anything that block the field of view so that once you get up, the scene will kind of build itself. So that is the reveal. Alright, so that was the 5 gimbal moves I had for you today, but let me give you a couple of extra tips along the way. And one of the things that I get asked a lot is that, should you leave the IBIS on or off? I always have the IBIS off because I don't want anything from the camera to interfere with the gimbal stabilization. And sometimes that happens when you use wider lenses, especially, you get that wobbly effect. That's because the camera is trying to stabilize the movement. So turn the IBIS off, then you're sure that nothing is interfering with the gimbal's movement. And then lastly, what should you shoot in? Should you shoot in 24, 60 or 120? I always shoot in 60 or 120 if I know that I'm gonna slow the footage down. If I'm not going to slow the footage down, I shoot in 24 frames per second. So just keep that in mind, switch between these two, don't always shoot everything in the same frame rate. Alright guys, this is some of the things that I teach within the Gimbal Academy, and if you're interested in that and want to learn more, send me an email. The address is down in the description, and all you have to do is just say Academy in the title, and I'll get back to you with some useful information and a great deal on the Academy. Alright guys, that is kind of it. I don't have any more for you, and of course remember that if this is the first time you're here, remember to subscribe if you want to learn more about filmmaking in motion. And lastly, stay creative and stay safe, and if you can, go out and shoot some dope videos. See you next time. Bye!